instructor. I teach adults, I teach teens. This is where you can ask questions about driver's education. I need you to lock in. We're going to go through a lot of information and put your questions in. Let's focus on driving. Let's focus on mental health. If you are asking random questions, you're going to be removed or deleted. So let's keep it mindful, and then we'll have our moderators coming on in a moment. So we're going to go ahead and get into some good information. Going to share a lot, and then we're going to go ahead and move forward. So it's really important that you get the best. That's what you're here for. You're here to learn how to drive, and we'll go ahead and get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and lock in. What I need you to do is put a question in, put a Q if you have a question. I'm going through this information. My expectation tomorrow when you take your knowledge test, I want very high tests. Hello, E. I want very high test grades. And I'm going through this. I'm very thorough. And as an educator, the expectation is you're going to do really well. So let's get right into it. Beginning your driving experience, whether you're a teen or adult, all of you have to begin somewhere. And it's really important that you lock in and understand this. So most states have a graduated licensing system. You're on a level 1, you're on a level 2, you're on a level 3. Example, in New York, they have a junior license, and you can't get your license until you're 18. So it's really important. Some people do wait till they're 18 because they're 17, they're 17 and a half. They don't really want to be in a driver's education class. They feel they're too old. You know, some of you are 14.9, some of you are 15, some of you are immature. 17-year-olds or 18-year-olds don't want to be around a lot of young teens like yourself, okay? And 19 or 20-year-olds definitely don't want to be in here. So it's a different vibe. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about what the process is. There's a 3-step licensing process. Put questions in as I go along. Okay, the 3-step licensing process allows you to drive with mom or dad or a guardian so you can learn. Okay, this is why it's set up. Why? Because 5 or 7 years ago, too many teens, young drivers under 21. What's up, Jackson? Too many drivers under 21 were killing themselves. And guys, the number one reason why you die is in a car crash. Okay? So we want to change that narrative. Okay? The United States government, the state government. We want to change young people dying in a motor vehicle accident. And it takes good instructors, good coaching, good teaching, and really making you work. And then your parents have to take over. And if your mom or dad don't drive you, you won't ever learn. And then around 18 or 19, they're like, I've never been downtown. I've never been out of the state. I don't like traffic. I got cut off by a semi truck. I just don't want to drive. So it's really important that you really think 17, 19, 20. Okay. It's really important that you do that. So what's in the level 1? It varies from state to state. What I need you to do is remember some states have 24 hours of drive, 24 hours of class. We have 24 hours. Some states have 30. Some states have 35. Some southern states have 45 hours of classroom instruction and 8 or 10 hours of driving. Everyone is different. Okay? Put in questions as I go along. We just didn't decide, hey, we're going to make teens drive more hours. Parents got tired of kids dying. Driving schools got tired of it. The legislatures got tired of it. So the first thing you need to do is be in class. The next thing you need to drive 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. Some of you are at 4 hours. Some of you are at 3. Some of you are at 2. Lock in your hours. Get it done. Night driving, rain driving, expressway driving, 3-point turnarounds. Get it done. All right, let's keep going. Number 1 is the segment 1 certificate of completion. Once you finish your hours in class with a certified instructor like myself, whether it's in person or online, and you finish your driving, you're going to get a certificate of completion. More and more states are doing a digital format. The driving school where you set up, your parents call, they scan a copy of your birth certificate, to prove that you're actually the legal age to take driver's education. I'm a state certified instructor. I go through a background check. I take my classes every 2 years. I have to recertify. I'm a certified instructor. Your mom and dad can't sit in here and tell you what to do. An instructor has to. And I take that serious. I have fun and I have pride in what I do. Put in questions as we go along. So you got to have proof of who you are. Your social security number. All of you get a social security number when you're born. You have to prove proof of your legal residence. Are you a legal resident in the United States? And then you have to prove your residency. Okay? Thank you, E. Next, let's talk about level 1. Allows the individual to drive with their parent or guardian, someone over 21. The person who's documenting your driving has to be 21 or older. You have to have 30 hours. And this is where a lot of you are like, okay, I'm going to come back in 1 month. No, you have to have 30 hours in 3 months, 2 hours at night. Okay? When you turn 16, if you're ready and you have 50 hours and you pass segment 2, you're ready to take your road test. Some of you are very intelligent. You're going to count backwards. Well, right around 16 and a half, I want to take my road test. I'm counting backwards. I'm 15 and a half. Okay, I got to drive for 3 months. I'm going to sign up for segment 2. I'm going to take my test. My mom and dad said I can drive to home, to school. We'll go on a trip every couple of months. I'm going to drive. I'm going to have my hours in 7.5 months. Some of you are very intelligent like that, and you lock in. Okay, some of you are like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to drive. Whenever my mom and dad let me. I want to encourage all of you to lay out when you turn 16 and a half, when you turn 17, okay? If your parents see that you're organized, they're going to say, Addison, you can drive, okay? Landon, you can drive. But if you are not confident and you don't really want to drive, your parents are not going to push you to drive, okay? They're not going to push you to drive. You got to show your parents confidence, okay? And your parents got to know, okay, they really want to drive. You should be driving to school every morning. You should be driving home. You should be saying, oh, I want to take the bus. No, I need someone to pick me up. I want to drive. Well, your mom gets off an hour before she's tired. Mom, please come to the school so I can get a half an hour driving home. I'll take you shopping. I'll take you to go get groceries. I'll take you to go see your sister. Give your parents a reason to want to come and pick you up and then say to them, I'm going to drive you. They're like, okay. But if you're like, oh, I'll just take the bus home and then I'll just drive on the weekend. Okay. To get 30 hours in 3 months, you need to drive an hour and a half per week. That's not a lot. Give your parent, hey, over Thanksgiving, I can drive to go pick up. He lives in Chicago. I'll put on my GPS. We're going up north. I'll drive there. Do you know how to get there? I'll set up my GPS on the car. My brother lives in New Jersey. I'll drive. Do you know how to get there? I'll put it in the computer. Make it easy so your parents can say, here are the keys. Mom, Dad, I'll go put gas in. Make it easy. Let's talk about level 2. You got to come back. In order to receive a level 2 license, the individual must be at least 16, have had the level 1 license a minimum of 6 months. No tickets. No tickets. I played it before. It's decent. You can't have tickets. If you get a ticket, that's going to postpone you getting your full license. I told you last month we had a young man get a ticket. I got a call. Hey, he's not eligible to take driver's ed. I'm like, what? He got a ticket. I'm like, oh. You have to be on your best behavior. You get a speeding ticket. No seatbelt. Running a yellow light. Blowing a stop sign. Right-of-way ticket. You won't get your full license to maybe 17 or 18. What don't you understand? Put in questions as I go along. So here are the rules for segment 2 The level 2 license allows the individual to drive alone at all times except 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. The state has said that time is the most dangerous for young drivers. You're going to fall asleep. You should be home at 9:30. No, I'm a big kid. You're going to be home at 9:30. No, I'm growing up. You're going to be home at 9:30. Okay? You're going to be home at 9:30. If you get a ticket without your license, whenever you get your permit, that's going to go on your license. Okay? And if you drive without a license, you're going to get a ticket for operating a motor vehicle without an operator's license. I don't know why people do that. You think you won't get caught. You look nervous as soon as you get into the car. The police are going to pull you over because you look nervous. So don't even put yourself in that situation. So next, they are accompanied by a parent or legal guardian or designated licensed adult. If your uncle is like retired, hey, nephew, I love you. Hey, niece, I love you. Let's drive. I'll pick you up from school. You can drive. Let's go eat. Let's go show shopping. You're like, uncle, I love you. I love you too. Let's go. If you got an uncle or auntie who is like, they love you and you're the first or second born, let's go. You're trying to get your hours. The best way to downshift, you want to shift into lower gear or put your foot in. You got to know how to downshift and upshift. Same thing with automatic or manual. If you're spinning out of control or you're stuck in the mud, you're going to downshift to a lower gear. Let's keep going. If they are driving to and from school or a sanctioned event. Let's talk about level 2 license. Level 2 license prohibits driving more than one passenger. What if I get caught? You could get a ticket. They might say, bad person, go home. Or they might say, you're going to get a ticket. You violated your graduated driver's license and you won't get your full license to 17 or 18. But some of you will do that. Level 3 license. In order to receive your level 3 license, the individual has to be 17. Have held your level 2 license for a minimum of 6 months and have 12 consecutive violation-free driving. You could get a chauffeur's license, a commercial driver's license. You got to be at least 18, CDL. There's a need for truck drivers, school bus drivers. You can stack and make money. The best way to get your motorcycle license, and we're going to talk about that, to get your motorcycle endorsement, you must have completed a motorcycles rider education course, a motorcycles road test, or passed the written test, and a motorcycle test. You need to be between 16 and 17 for adults who have failed a motorcycles endorsement twice. So some people want to do motorcycles. Hey, how you doing? This is Driver's Ed Bootcamp. Let's keep going. Understanding the HTS. You have the National Traffic Motor Vehicle Safety Association that legislates vehicle manufacturers, safety, vehicle emissions, and recalls. Let's pretend you got a new Mustang, E-Mustang. The battery pack is going to catch on fire. They're going to issue a recall. You take it into the Ford dealer. They'll replace it free. National Highway Safety Act. This ensures general guidelines for the state regulations are being followed. Driver license, inspections, registration. The Uniform Traffic Control Device. Signs. A traffic light is the same in Texas, Florida, Michigan, New York, Hawaii. Green is at the bottom, yellow is in the middle, red's at the top. A stop sign is the same in Michigan, Texas, Florida, New York, Washington, Alabama. It doesn't change. Local governments, cities and towns can pass laws for their specific state. Example, in Texas, we're near the border of Mexico. You might see a sign that says, do not pick up hitchhikers. Okay, because it's close to Mexico. Okay, you might see a sign in Seattle, Washington, because right above there are brothers to the north. Okay? Do not pick up hitchhikers because people are leaving the border and coming into the United States. What's going on? Hi, Pakistan. What's up? Put your questions in. All right, let's keep going. I need some questions in. I'm going to pause. Put some questions in. Put your questions in, team. I'm pausing. I'm waiting. I'm not going to be talking myself the whole hour. Put questions in. Let's go. This is your review. In the United States, we drive on the right, R-I-G-H-T. Our vehicle codes are pretty lenient. You can drive any type of vehicle as long as this has headlights, taillights. Do you need a level 3 license after your level 2? The answer is yes. They all go in order. As you go up, you show more responsibility. You don't get tickets. You don't get in accidents. Eventually, you'll be able to drive anytime you want. Remember, we're removing people who are saying out-of-pocket questions. Kyle, all you have to do is look in the email. Give me a more succinct question. Okay, let's keep going. So we talked about legal responsibilities. You do need a special license for a car imported from another country. No, but you may have to pass an inspection. Maybe if you live in New York or New Jersey, every state is different. The car may have to be inspected to make sure it has its proper emissions equipment under. Example, one of your classmates' dads sells BMWs. One of my students' brothers has a BMW. And a lot of people take off the catalytic converter, some of the smog equipment, and as a result, the car is not legal. So if my student's dad wanted to buy this BMW, he would say, do you have the smog equipment on? Do you have the catalytic converter? So a lot of people take this off to make the car sound better. Okay. Hello, Milan, Italy. How are you doing? Put some questions in. Let's keep going. So you need to have the car inspected. Every state is different. I like the question. Okay. So you have to be in good physical shape. If you're tired or you're sick, you really shouldn't be driving. You're probably saying, well, who cares? Well, if you're sick, you're probably going to fall asleep at the wheel. You want to take pride in how you feel. Make sure your vehicles, make sure you are in good physical condition. Make sure you have the necessary license requirements, meaning you should have your license. You should have your permit. Make sure you satisfy the demands of states' financial responsibilities. Some states require insurance. We require insurance. Some states do not. Okay? Safety is your responsibility. Keep the questions coming in. They're looking good. Now you know how I feel. Share the road, pedestrians, animals, bicyclists, emergency vehicles in work zones. Okay, so pedestrians always have the right of way. Children are very unpredictable. The elderly, because people are living longer, they're going to take longer to walk across the street. They may be visually challenged. They may walk slower. Okay. Or some elderly may have a really fast car, don't know how to handle it. So it's on both sides. Okay. We do not want to discriminate on elderly. Okay. Adults should know better, but often adults don't know better. Jaywalking, walking on the wrong side of the street. If you are walking on the road and there's no sidewalk, you walk toward traffic so you can be seen. You never turn your back. If you're riding a bike, you ride with the flow of the traffic. Okay, I went over children, elderly, adults, always yield to pedestrians. Let's keep going. Animals. Big or small animals may unexpectedly dart out. We've seen a lot of squirrels. In fact, one guy or lady kind of hit the brakes real hard and my student driver almost hit them. Don't tailgate. Be careful. What time is it for you? All right, let's keep going. Because a lot of you will see a squirrel or a duck or a deer and you'll like freeze and panic. And this is when we get rear-ended. We never want to veer for a deer, okay? You have to be aware of small animals in residential, downtown, rural areas. If a small animal enters your driving path, check your traffic, brake sharply if it can be done in a safe manner. And try to avoid. It didn't say slam brakes, veer off the road. If you cannot avoid a small animal in a safe manner, it is best to make an impact with the animal than put someone's life in jeopardy. I'll say it again. It's better to make an impact with the animal than put someone's life in jeopardy. What time is it for you around the world? It is 6:54 Eastern Standard Time where I am. Let's keep going. Large animals, deer, duck, geese, coyotes, larger dogs. Try to brake firmly in a straight line. If a collision with a large animal is imminent, release the brake. Now, if you're on a motorcycle and a small animal comes out, you're about to crash because you got that front tire, you're going to hit that animal, you're going to slide left or right. That's scary. So if I'm a motorcyclist, it's a whole new mindset. So you got to really look ahead. You got to have ground viewing. You got to check, right? Because the animal can take you out. That's real. What's going on, Z? All right, let's keep it going. Bicyclists. Bicyclists do have a right to the roadway. You need to give them 3 feet. Okay, you got to check blind spots. Bicyclists have blind spots. A lot of younger, and we saw 5 young kids on those e-bikes, e-motorcycles, and a person making a right turn almost hit them. We saw it this weekend. And they had their helmets on, thank God, but they didn't look to the left. So a car making a right turn is called a right hook. Almost hit them. Okay? Some of you have e-bikes, e-scooters. They're fun, but they're dangerous because they have instant torque and you're going to be doing 20 in less than 3 seconds. And if you don't have a helmet and you spill, the skin on your elbows, your chin, your teeth are done. We're talking about driver's education. This is Driver's Ed Bootcamp. Put your questions in. Okay, put more questions in. Let's keep going. Motorcyclists usually have better trained to use the HDS than other road users due to their size and less visibility. Make sure you leave a full lane. Mopeds and motorcyclists. And we should put e-scooters. These vehicles must be operated as close to the right lane as possible. Commercial vehicles, they are large. They need extra room, extra space. Most often commercial vehicles are making tight turns, tight right, tight left turns. When they prepare for a turn, they position themselves to the opposite portion of the lane. School buses, all of you know about school buses, always give school buses extra room and extra space. Emergency vehicles, if you can pull over to the right, do that. Work zones, drive at the speed limit, it's 45. Work zones in the U.S. have become increasingly dangerous. A worker was killed this summer. You always have to focus on traffic-related questions. Put questions in. Put your questions in. I'm going to pause a second. Put your questions in. I'm not talking to myself because you're going to be tested. Put your questions in. Guys, let's put these questions in. All right. This is a great session. Right. I'm chilling. You see what I got, right? I'm eating good. Eating good. Put questions in. Right, we're taking our time. This is Driver's Education Bootcamp. Okay, I want you to feel comfortable asking me questions. I'm a state certified driving instructor. Thank you, E. Many thanks. Girl, you about to get a Christmas gift. You already know. You're going to get a Christmas gift. You already know. Because when you give, you receive. I'm eating good. Well, we're in the United States. So obviously, my knowledge will not apply in Australia. But the principles are the same. Whether in Australia, they're on the left. In the United States, we're on the right. So a stop sign is a stop sign, whether you're in Australia or the United States. A stop sign is the stop sign, whether you're in India or the United States. I love the question. Okay, guys, I ask you to put questions in. If you get hit, hold on. We already talked about that, Marshall. Marshall, I got the study guide for you, boy. I got you, Marshall. You know I'm prepared. If you get hit by an e-bike, it's considered a car crash. If you get hit by an e-bike, yes, it is. It's a car crash. Do you need a permit for an e-bike? I'm not an e-bike expert. You can look that up. Okay? Look that up. Do you need a permit for an e-bike? 6:30, Cole. So look up, do you need a permit for an e-bike? No, Camden, the test is on paper. We're not there yet for a computer test. I think the state may have it in another 3 or 4 years, but a electronic test where you get a number, I put my instructor license number in. You guys are already on a list that's submitted to the state at 6:30 tomorrow. At a designated location, the test unlocks, you have 2 hours. That will come eventually. Okay. Look it up. Look it up. Do you need a permit for an e-bike? Take a look. Google it. Put in your state. Do you need a permit for an e-bike? It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, put in, do you need a permit for an e-bike? That's a great question. I see kids who are 10 or 11. I don't know if they have a permit or not. So put in. All right, let's keep going. So we talked about work zones. Here we go. Beyond the 4-second rule, what advice do you have for predicting actions of drivers? Keep space, Noah. You can't predict what grandma's going to do, what a young teenage girl's going to do, a teenage boy, the old truck driver, the young truck driver, the mom who's frustrated, the dad who's happy, the young teen who's distracted. You can't predict what these drivers are going to do. You have to take care of your space and your house. So you want to drive safe with distance. I love the question. We can't predict what other drivers will do, but drivers do certain behaviors. They speed, they cut off cars, they tailgate, they drive aggressive, they don't use the blinker. Okay? So these are some of the things you've seen when driving with me. These are some of the things you've seen driving with your parents, but because you're in your parents' car, you're sitting in the back seat. Hey, do me a favor. Don't sit in the back seat anymore. Sit in the front seat. You should be watching mom and dad. Mom, dad, I want to see how you drive. What? You've been watching me since you were 6. No. I want to see how you drive. I want to see, do you check your blind spot? Do you tailgate? Do you drive fast? You should not get into the back seat anymore and get on your phone. You won't learn. Get in the front with your mom and dad because you're going to be in the front soon. If your permit or license needs to get updated within a year, yes, you have to put, if you wear glasses, you're going to go to the Secretary of State, they're going to test. If you wear corrective lenses or contacts, they're going to ask you. You can lie, but you won't be able to see. And then you're going to have an accident. And then when you cause an accident, they're going to do an investigation. Well, you're supposed to have glasses on, but on your license, it doesn't say drivers should have corrective lenses on. So if you wear glasses, you need to take your glasses to the DMV. I like the question. Okay, you do not need a license to ride an e-bike. That's scary. So you're going to have 8-year-olds doing 40. You're going to have 10 years old doing 30 on the sidewalk. They're not going to stop at a do not walk sign. They're going to blow through. Someone's going to hit them. So we're going to see more accidents. I need you guys to type in what accidents have we had in our state because of e-bikes. Again, you are my audience. Type in what accidents have happened in our state because of e-bikes. You can do 8-year-olds old. You can do 80-year-olds because young kids are driving them under 12. People 60, 70, 80, 90. Put in what accidents have happened because of e-bikes. Find the age. Let's keep moving. Let's talk about construction vehicles. They move slow. Don't tailgate. Drivers may not see you in the mirror. Keep a safe distance. Again, I asked you to put in what accidents have happened in your state or your location because of e-bikes. You got to do some research as I'm talking because this is a real factor. There were 5 kids on e-bikes. The car in front of us was trying to make a right turn, stopped. My student driver hit the brakes because I said, oh, they're the bikes. And one kid almost hit another kid and fell. So I'm expecting you, car swipes, e-bikes, that's common. Looking, I know a couple of kids who are 7 and drive 7. Get out of here, bro. 7 years old? What? 7 years old and the kid's on an e-bike? You know they're going to hit something. They don't even know how to go fast. They don't even know how to go fast. Are you kidding? My makeup is, okay, bye-bye. Okay, 15-year-old girl was hit. Sorry. But it's more common than uncommon because people are on those e-bikes. They want to go fast, no helmet. They hit someone opening their door. They're going 15 or 20 on the sidewalk. As soon as someone comes out, they're going to flip. Put in more information. This is more common. Kids, car accidents, kids not looking, 7-year-olds driving e-bikes. They really are fast, almost crash at an intersection. So no permit is needed. The state will eventually crack down on that because enough kids are getting injured. A 15-year-old died after being hit on a car while riding an e-bike, Electric Avenue, wrong way against traffic. If you're on a bike, you ride with the flow of the traffic. Knowing your vehicle ownership. You got to have a title that shows you own the vehicle. You put the title up. You don't carry the title with you. You have to have a registration. Okay. This shows that you have all the legal requirements. You are registered to drive that vehicle. How long does it take people to get their permit? It varies. It could be 3 months, 5 months, 7 months. Look at the students who are in here. They're doing a makeup. If you missed a day, you're going to have to make it up next month. You're going to have to call the driving school. Okay, I missed a day. When is the next? Okay, it's a month from now. What? We have to meet that state requirement. I'm not sure if it was the e-bike, but in October, an old man got hit by a car in the middle of the night without wearing gear. Look, a lot of people don't have cars or can't afford them. Get an e-bike. You can drive 30 miles an hour, charge it up. You can get 100 miles range. I'm driving from home to work. I charge my bike up in the back, plug it up. I drive home. I don't need a car. I don't need to buy insurance. I don't need a car. But if you're too cheap to buy a helmet, then I guess you're going to get injured. So you're going to have young people on e-bikes, older people on e-bikes, and they think because they're older, I'm just going to go through the yellow light. Well, you just got hit. Or a young kid, I'm going to beat the light. You just got hit. It almost happened this weekend. I heard that if you're going too fast and cannot brake, shift your car into neutral. That will help, but you still, no, you want to shift your car into a lower gear. because if your car's in gear, you shift to a lower gear. That will allow the gear reduction to slow your car down. Okay. All right, registration. Proof of insurance, we have to have insurance because it shows financial responsibility. Let's pretend Landon. No, let's pretend Ben. Ben was driving, and Ben, you did not see the person to the right, Ben. You accidentally hit a 10-year-old on an e-bike. You're like, oh my God, Ben, you did everything right. You stopped. You called the police. You offered assistance. Thank God you have insurance. The family has to recuperate. The kid broke their leg. They may sue your insurance company. So, Ben, you have to have insurance to cover medical expenses. Your car's damaged, okay? You never want to leave the scene of an accident. You have to have safety. If you're going to be in an e-bike, get a nice helmet. You're trying to look cool, you're about to have brain damage. So insurance protects you. Pre-driving protocol. Make sure your vehicle is free of obstructions. Once you enter the vehicle, put on your seatbelt. Guys, some of you are not putting on your seatbelt. You're going to fail your road test. I'll say it again. Some of you are not putting on your seatbelt. Please put on your seatbelt. I shouldn't have to tell you. Vehicle controls. Malfunctioning lever, steering wheel, horn, windshield wipers, ignition switch, temperature, hazard lights, gas pedal, brake pedal, park brake, gear select, park, reverse, neutral, drive, trunk release, hood release. You need to know these things. Safety's no accident. Thank you for sharing your stories about the e-bikes. Our closest was this Saturday or Sunday. A driver almost hit them. We almost hit the driver because my driver wasn't paying attention. Let's talk about mirrors. Mirror usage. Always have your mirror properly adjusted. When stopping, anytime a driver prepares to slow down and stop, you should look out your back mirror. Mirror usage. When the driver prepares to turn, mirrors should be checked before any change of speed or position. Some of you are not looking over your shoulder and also checking mirrors. When changing lanes, a driver must attempt to change lanes. Mirrors should be checked. Look over your shoulder. We mentioned blind spot checking. A blind spot mirror. They allow you to see a little bit more, but you still need to look over your shoulder. You always have blind spots. What time is it where you are? It's 7:10 Eastern Standard Time where I am. Enhanced mirrors, they allow you to see a little bit more. Safety, technology, door locks, sun visors, head restraints, seatbelt, airbags, ABS. There's going to be a question on your test about ABS. This system is designed to automatically pump the brakes to avoid wheel lockup. This is very important. A driver who has to stop very abruptly and immediately press the brake as far down as possible. Traction control. I got you, T. Traction control. Cars are designed so you can't burn rubber. You can't spin out of control. This system is designed to apply more pressure to the brakes on any tire when they lose traction and uncontrollable spins due to extra torque. It has also reduced engine speed and torque if braking alone is not sufficient. So if you are trying to spin out in snow or ice, some of your parents' cars may not spin tires because they have a traction control feature on. Okay? That will be on the test. Please remember that. Also, ESP, Electronic Stability Program. You should be circling this or writing it down. ESP systems and ABS. ESP is the Electronic Stability Program. Let's pretend you're driving around a curve. You're starting to spin out. Your computer may apply your left, rear, and front driver's side brakes because your car is spinning, and it may let the inside wheel spin. Okay? Crumple zones also going to be in the test. Crumple zones are a segment of the vehicle located at the front and rear designed to collapse. Remember, crumple zones, I'm helping you for the test. You better be ready. Backup warning systems. technology varies from vehicle to vehicle, but it alerts you. You might have a little chime or a little bell. Remember, your little brother or sister love to get behind your car. You're their big brother. You're their big sister. They want to see and get behind you when you back up. Please don't run them over. Blind spot detections. This technology alerts drivers if they're in their blind spot, but you still have to look over your shoulder. Lane change assist. Some of your parents' vehicles have these fancy lane change assist, lane departure detections. This technology is very similar to a blind spot detection system. You might have a little light come on, a little chime. I heard going to, okay, yeah. Okay, put in more questions, come on. Park assist. You got to turn off park assist when you take your road test. You have to turn that off. This technology will park your vehicle. I'll say it again. This technology will park your vehicle. You got to know how to parallel park, guys. You can't use it on the test. You're like, can I use it on the test? No. In addition, this feature, most new cars are also equipped with cameras that turn on when the vehicle is put into reverse. We drive a 2025. When I back up, there's a little camera that comes up, but I still look over my shoulder, left and right. We have little kids that live next door to us. I don't want to run them over. Hi, hi. That's what they say to me. I'm like, don't run over here. And my dog is at the door. She's happy to see me. Okay? So you're going to have little brothers and sisters. They're happy to see you, but tell them, can you wait till I pull in, please? Text mom and dad, I'm coming down the street. Make sure everyone is inside before I park. Okay. Okay, I need you to type in, do you turn hand over hand and hand to hand? Type in, do you turn hand over hand or hand to hand? And what do your parents do? Again, do you turn hand over hand, hand to hand? Do you palm the wheel? Do you drive with your knee? Put in what you do. Put that in. Put in your information, hand to hand or hand over hand. Yes, that's correct. Got to follow the rules. Do what you got to do. Put in, do you turn hand over hand or hand to hand? I'm grubbing right now. Put in your questions. Okay, do you turn hand to hand or hand over hand? Okay. Everyone turns differently. It's a big argument. I want to see what you put in. Hand over hand, hand over hand. Most of you do turn, but you're going to learn from your teacher. You're going to learn from your mom. You're going to learn from your dad what to do or what not to do. Okay? So, steering wheel. Hand over hand, this approach is particularly well suited for steering inputs, sharp turns, skid recovery. Push-pull, a lot of people do push-pull, right? Push-pull approach is used for maneuvers that do not require sharp steering wheel movements. On some road tests, you will fail if you do hand over hand. Talk to your road tester. Do you want me to do hand over hand or hand to hand? Ask questions. Acceleration. The speed of the vehicle is controlled by the pressure the driver exerts on the gas pedal or brake pedal. To properly increase the speed, the driver should depress the accelerator gradually. Remember, we were merging yesterday? Gradually pick up. Gradually slow down. The driver's their car we were in yesterday was smooth. I know you love that car. I got to return it tonight. So once I'm done, I got to drive that car over to corporate. I got to switch it out. A lot of you love that driver's hair car. It was really nice. Yes, I do answer questions. Go ahead and put it in for me. Put your question in again. Okay, so braking. Squeeze the brake. Use the ball of your foot. A lot of you are still not doing that. Wear thin sole shoes. If you wear big, thick gym shoes or brand new shoes, they are very stiff. And I've seen people straight panic because their foot is getting stuck. Push-pull or hand over hand. ABS, anti-lock brake system. Reversing, look out of your back window. If you turn your wheel to the left, the rear will go to the left. If you turn your wheel to the right, the rear will go to the right. Parking, perpendicular parking, stall parking, parallel parking. You have to know how to do these things. Parking downhill, if you're parking downhill, you want to turn your wheel all the way to the right, pull up your park brake. If you're parking uphill, you want to turn your wheel all the way to the left, pull up your park brake. Signs and signals. I need you guys to name 3 signs or signals that you know. Type it in. Signs or signals. Put in 3 signs or signals that you know. Do that right now. Guys, the live is going great. I really appreciate all the energy. E, you got to send me a Christmas list. Give me a list. E, just email me a Christmas list, right? I'll get you something on the list. Just email me Christmas list. When you give, you receive. Okay, I asked you to talk about signs, regulatory signs. Excuse me. Regulatory sign, stop sign, yield sign, do not enter. Regular sign, and this is going to be in your test tomorrow. I'm expecting really good grades. Regulatory signs, these signs tell a road user they may or may not do a specific thing. They are typically square, rectangular, with black lettering or symbols on a white background. Speed limit. Stop sign. Wrong way. Do not enter. Let's talk about warning signs. You guys type in warning signs right now. Type into warning signs. We're enjoying our live right now. This is live boot camp, driver's education. Put in your questions, driving related, please and thank you. Put in your questions. Go ahead, put in your questions, please and thank you. Give us a thumbs up. Okay, I asked you to put in warning signs. Warning signs. These signs draw attention to a road user of imminent or upcoming danger. They are yellow or fluorescent yellow with black lettering or symbols that are typically diamond shaped. Stop sign ahead. Intersection. Slippery when wet. Curvy road, railroad crossing, an X with an R and an R. Let's talk about guide signs. Guide signs give you information, points of interest, places, available roadside services. They're usually square or rectangular shape. The color code is also for their purpose. Rest area ahead. Blue, rest area ahead. Hospital, blue sign with the white H. Police. Brown and white signs are for recreation. State parks. Put in some guide signs. Do that right now. Yeah, you have to know your signs. Every state, every country can make custom signs. Okay? Like in New York, you probably have a guide sign or tourist sign for the Statue of Liberty. You probably have a sign in Chicago for the beautiful downtown area where people go shopping. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. Okay. These are some of your signs. Okay. Here are some typically guide signs. Here's some of your typical warning signs. Here are your regulatory signs. You have to know these signs. And if you don't know them, you're going to get lost when you get on the road. If you don't know them, you're going to run out of gas when you get on the road. If you don't know signs, you're going to get lost. Talk about traffic signals. There's a red signal, a yellow signal, and a green signal. If it's a yellow light, you should stop in a safe distance. What's up? How you doing today? Flashing red, a lot of people freak out on the flashing red. You have to come to a complete stop. When it's clear, you proceed. Flashing yellow, proceed with caution. Flashing red arrow, okay? You must stop, look, check. Yellow arrow, the light's getting ready to change. If you're in an intersection, proceed with caution. A flashing yellow arrow, you proceed with caution. Green arrow, you can proceed safely. Always look. Pavement markings. Yellow lines, they separate opposing lines of traffic. Make sure you subscribe. I'm glad you're enjoying this. So white lines, solid white lines prohibit changing lanes. Okay, you're merging on the expressway. You have a solid white line. You cannot cross that. You could get a ticket if you do. Wait till the line is broken. White lettering. School crossing. Only. Intersections. Most intersections are controlled by a traffic control device. There's uncontrolled and controlled intersections. Okay? Uncontrolled and controlled intersections. Intersections are controlled or uncontrolled. Most intersections are controlled by a traffic control device or a sign. There's some intersections in neighborhoods, no sign, no traffic control device. Whoever gets here first goes first. I need you to tell me what sign number 2 is. Type it in. What is sign number 2? Type it in. All of you should be typing. What is sign number 2? Type it in, type it in, type it in. Everyone should be typing. You're going to have signs on your test tomorrow. I don't understand. Don't worry. I got a few minutes, and you're getting ready to be tested. Sign number 6. Tell me what sign number 6 is. Sign number 6. Sign number 6. Not 6, 7. But sign number 6. I knew you'd say that. Sign number 6. What is it? What type of sign is it? I'm putting a lot of time in you. I'm expecting good grades tomorrow. I'm expecting you to look at signs differently. It's a warning sign. It's telling you have to stop ahead. Sign number 10. What is it? Type it in. Sign number 10. Tell me what sign number 10 is. Please and thank you. Sign number 10. Thank you, Addison. Warning sign. No passing across this area. Thank you. She was the only one that put that in. It's a warning sign. Okay? Thank you. I could tell she paying attention. Sign number 14. Put it in. What is sign 14? Put it in. What is the sign? What does it mean? Let's go. I'm trying to get you ready. I'm expecting a lot of good scores tomorrow. This sign is a regulatory sign. In the lane to the right, you can go straight or turn left into the first lane by the curb. In the lane to the left, you can only make a left turn by the double yellow. Thank you, Kyle. Let's go. Sign 18. What sign is this? I'm putting work into you because the next hour you're going to be working. I'm almost done. What is sign 18? Put it in. If you want an A tomorrow, you can put in this work. What is sign 22? Sign 22. Please put it in. Type it in. Sign 22. What is sign 22? Sign 22, please. I'm trying to keep it going. You guys should know this. Test is tomorrow. You can't stay up all night. Last day of school is tomorrow. Then we on vacation. Woohoo! I had a great day at school. Very few students. Tomorrow's going to be even less. And I'm still teaching. We still working. No, we not having free time. Don't even ask me. 22. What is sign 26? What is sign 26? What is sign 26? Type it in, please. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It's really going to boost this. What is sign 26? Who should be concerned about it? Who should not be concerned about it? Why is it important? Sign 26. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Addison. I can tell the people who are really serious. I can tell the people who are just playing. You just gonna put anything in. I really need you to master and destroy this test tomorrow. So if you're a truck driver, you're concerned. If you keep using your brakes are going to heat up and you're going to crash. You want to downshift to a lower gear because if you keep using your brakes, they're going to heat up and you will have brake fade. This is where your brakes heat up and they don't work. Pavement markings. What does 30 mean? Pavement markings. What does 30 mean? Kyle, you should always be concerned because if you have a light car and you keep riding your brakes won't work. I'm slowing down. I'm going to downshift into a lower gear so I don't overuse my brakes. Okay? What does 30 mean? Pavement markings. What does 30 mean? $38. What does this payment marking mean? Yeah, I know, 6, 7. Right. 38. 38. What does this pay marking mean? I'm putting a lot of time in you. You should pass this test like no problem. 42. What does this mean? What does 42 mean? 42. What does it mean? Now you're reading some. Type in 3 things you learned. Everyone type in 3 things you learned. Type in 3 things you learned. Do that right now. 3 things. Guys, this is Driver's Education Bootcamp. We are lit. We are hyped. We are teaching people how to drive. And people from Australia, India. Okay? Thank you so much. And if you enjoy this, give this a thumbs up. If you feel like you're learning, subscribe. That's a personal decision because I'm putting out a lot of content. Driving morning, heavy traffic. Driving home, heavy traffic. You see it. Going live, you getting good information. If you feel this is value, subscribe. Click the link in my bio. I have some digital products, test guides, study guides, anxiety. I've updated it. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults. I teach teens. It's time to learn how to drive. This is your Driver's Education Bootcamp. Lock me in. Subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bye.